Welcome back to Red Hood and the Outlaws right here at Comicstorian. I'm Benny and I'm your narrator as we catch you up in your favorite comic books while giving it to you in an audio drama fashion. Red Hood and the Outlaws is the Sunday series that we're running here at Comicstorian right now. And it's the storyline of Jason Todd during the New 52, in which the Bat family mostly hates him, so he kind of went off to do his own thing. He ended up teaming up with Starfire and Roy Harper, and they created the first rendition of Red Hood and the Outlaws. After going on a few adventures, Jason went on a date and was interrupted by an alien battling against Starfire. As it turned out, Starfire was being told to come back home and try to save her home planet, and her spaceship was here to pick her up. So she teleported herself, Jason and Roy, and the date up to the ship where they got into a battle. In that battle, they ended up winning, but Roy was kidnapped and taken hostage. And as it turns out, Starfire's sister wants her to come back and save the planet, or work against her. We really don't know at this time. But right now, Roy is held hostage by her sister Commander, and Starfire is deciding if she wants to save the planet. If you enjoy this storyline, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button. But let's go ahead and pick up with the finale to Red Hood and the Outlaws, Volume 2. We go right back to Roy being held hostage by Commander and her thugs. So, Starfire was still feeling a little wound up from the battle and still undecided whether she should go help the planet or not. Well, before we even really had time to talk about it, Apollo said that he needed to talk to Starfire regarding some personal matters, so I decided to go help Kitten with repairs to the ship. The shields were badly damaged, so I gave them some Roy Harper insight, and Kitten really wasn't having any of it until she suddenly agreed. She said that my idea was crazy, but it might actually work, and it sure as heck did. The one thing we didn't realize was that by diverting some of the ship's power to support the shields, we had inadvertently allowed some of the baddies to teleport onto the ship. Everyone got ready for a fight, but when Blight attempted to teleport Starfire away, I jumped in the path. And that's how your sister's favorite boy toy ended up on the Blight mothership. Commander then asks, "Are you implying that Coriander and you have been intimate, as if she hasn't already brought enough humiliation to the House of Tamarin?" Roy then says, "Okay, let's not be rude about it." The Blight Commander tells Commander that she best not overstep her boundaries. Despite the considerations that they offer her as a member of the royal family, she is just as much a prisoner as the tattooed meat sack. Commander snaps back that for all of their vaunted tactics, it was her who got the information out of him. Roy then stands up stating, "Oh wait, just remembered. In all of the torture and excitement, I had almost forgotten. I only let myself be captured so I could do this." As Roy tackles into Commander, the two then begin to teleport away when suddenly they find themselves popping up in the teleporter room of the SS Starfire. Orange shouts to raise the shields. No one gets in or out of the ship without permission. Next, fly the ship into the maw of the Blight mothership. They won't attack the Starfire without damaging their own ship. Commander stands up asking, "You did all of this to save me?" Starfire tells everyone, "I would like a moment alone with my sister." Jason then asks if that's really a good idea, and Orin says that he has to agree with the human, and Roy tells them that it'll be fine. Let the two sisters talk it out. They won't kill each other, maybe. As everyone leaves, Starfire and Commander look at each other, and Commander begins to cry as she hugs her sister. She says that she is so sorry. She had to pretend to work with the Blight. It was the only way to stay alive while waiting for her. Starfire tells her that she never doubted her for a second, and Commander pulls away, telling her that she is not worthy of her kindness. Because of her, she was sentenced to a prison world for years. Starfire grabs onto Commander, telling her that she was a child entrusted with the throne, with the responsibility of their people. She did not have any other choice. Commander wipes her face, telling her that her forgiveness means more than she'll ever know. And Starfire tells her to come. If they're going to save their people, she'll need her warrior sister by her side. Outside of the teleportation room, Jason tells Roy that it was quite the sacrifice that he made, going undercover like that to get close to Commander. And Roy laughs, "All the crap I've done to myself is much worse than the Blight will ever do." Honestly, the hardest part was when they injected that transponder into my arm in sickbay. But since that was the only way to track me aboard the mothership, it's not like I had a choice. And Jason tells him, "Yeah, piece of cake. You know you don't have to shrug off everything, right? It's okay to actually feel something once in a while, Roy." And Roy says, "Are we really going to do this here, now, Jason, on a spaceship on the other side of the universe? After you've woken up with your best friend beat into a bloody green pulp lying in a pool of their own vomit? After you've seen the damage left in the wake of all of your choices? You kinda don't let anything else bother you again, Jason." Moments later, Starfire strolls by asking, "Are the ladies finished?" And if they're done with their knitting circle, shall we set off? Jason sees Starfire and Commander geared to the teeth with guns and bullets, and he asks, "For serious, right now?" And Commander tells him that this is their risk to take, not anyone else's. Starfire then tells Roy that she has a favor to ask of him. If she doesn't make it back, could he avenge the hell out of her? A short while later, down on the planet of Tamarin, the Blight leader tells his followers that long before the people of this world shook off their fur and tails and learned to walk, the glory and grandeur that is the Blight was already sharing out sacred decay and death across the universe. The only thing that they've ever asked from the civilizations that they've toppled was the warm bodies needed to carry their unborn to fruition. Let's take a moment and thank the dying Tamarin for their sacrifice to the perpetuation of the Blight. Once our new generation bursts from the hearts of this warrior race, we will be stronger and more fierce than ever in history. Soon we will be able to take down even the fascist armies of the Green Lanterns. Come, soldiers of the Blight, come feast upon the remains of the living dead of Tamarin. Come and... But that's when two streaks of light come crashing down onto the planet and they erupt into a fiery blaze. Some of the Blight gather around the crater laughing, stating, "Those idiots, nothing could have survived that." And Starfire stands up, smoke billowing off of her, asking Commander, "Do I look like nothing to you?" And Commander says yes, nothing but trouble. One of the soldiers calls out that they need to kill these two before their foolish resistance endangers the future of their empire. Starfire steps forward with her guns pointed, stating, "There is no future for your kind. Your galactic reign of terror ends tonight!" Soon the tanks roll in, and as they set their sights on Starfire, Jason leaps in, shooting the soldier in the back of the head, telling him, "I'm gonna have to ask you not to fire." One of the Blight then grabs a hold of Jason, stating, "I've never killed a human before. This is going to be fun." And Jason tells him, "For one of us it is." Suddenly, the Blight's body splits in half, and Orange stands up with his axe, asking, "Have I offended you by killing your assailant?" And Jason says, "Yeah, but I'm already over it." Just then, the field is riddled with bullets, and Jason calls out to everyone to take cover from the snipers. But soon it stops as Roy is unloading 3 arrows into the gunner's head, telling him, "Don't worry, I got it." As the battle rages on up at the SS Starfire, DePaulo tells Kitten to open up a line to the Blight ship. After a few moments, a screen pops up with the Blight aboard the mothership, and DePaulo says that they are clearly outnumbered. He requests permission to teleport aboard and discuss their terms of surrender. The Blight tell him fine. He'll be brought aboard in 2 minutes. And Isabel yells, "Wait! They're going to kill you if they go!" DePaulo doesn't respond to her and tells Kitten to set the ship to self-destruct. 1 minute and 56 seconds. And Isabel then says, "Wait, that's why you evacuated everyone off the ship?" Kitten drags Isabel away, with DePaulo sitting in the commander's chair thinking to himself, alone at last. For a Dominator, being around other sentients is a study in agony. If he's going to die this way, he prefers to do it in blessed solitude. As the countdown completes, DePaulo tells the Blight to lower their shields, one to beam aboard. Down below, there is a ground-shaking explosion in the sky, and Starfire tells DePaulo, "May Zal watch over you forever." Commander continues her assault, shouting that too many allies to the throne have died. Too much blood has been spilled this day! And suddenly, she stops. As the throne spear goes through her stomach and drips with blood, she tells Starfire that she has failed her. Jason and Roy look back, going, "Uh-oh." And the Blight High Lord yells that they have them on the run. "Let us skin these meat sacks and rule the day!" Starfire begins to focus her energy, stating that upon the graves of her parents, "I swear, that is enough!" And she begins to lose control of her powers, ripping apart the ground in a massive explosion. And through that smoldering ash, Starfire makes her way through, grabbing the High Lord, telling him that he was mistaken when he believed that he offered people some perverted gift of death. She is here to tell him that pain and suffering is easy. That's why there is so much of it in the universe. He wants to experience something unique. Try life, hope, love. Starfire pulls the High Lord close and kisses him, and seconds later he begins to burn from the inside out. A week later, Starfire stares at the throne, thinking to herself that she has spent so many years imagining her return, taking vengeance on the people who had turned their backs to her when she needed them the most. And now that she is finally here, the only way that she can ever be truly free is to forgive the world that betrayed her. She realized the very last thing she wanted was to rule anybody. And that's when Commander steps out stating that she will be the one sitting on the throne. It's what their parents always wanted. Starfire tells her that she should be resting. They can talk about things while she sits. And Starfire helps Commander onto the throne, and she tells her that she has a request. Please stay. Be here by my side. We can rule together. Starfire smiles, stating that just as Tamarin needs their queen, her friends, the Outlaws, they need her. She has found happiness, maybe love, among the humans. And as everyone gets ready to make their trip back to Earth, there is already someone on the deserted island waiting. A twisted voice yells, "Yoo-hoo! Anybody home? Where is it? Where is it? Come out, wherever you are!" And as the trunk opens up, the person reaches inside, stating, "Ah, there you are! And here we go." The Joker pulls out Jason's mask and he begins to laugh louder and louder and louder. And that concludes our storyline of Red Hood and the Outlaws, the In-Space arc. Now, coming up, they're going to be messing with the Joker, and that's because if you were following the New 52 at this time, the Joker storyline took place during the, I believe it was called Death in the Family or Death of the Family, when Joker showed back up, cut everyone's face off, supposedly. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check back next Sunday for the next chapter of this when the Joker arrives. See you guys later.